Hey y'all, welcome back to Bodhi's Nature. It's Bodhi. Thank you so much for joining. Today, we're getting off into our first video of the Numerology series where I'll be speaking about the powerful number one. It's literally one of my favorite vibrations. We'll be talking about the personality and the traits of a number one, as well as the positives and the negatives of that number one vibration. So, if you are a life path, number one, if you are an expression number or destiny number one, if you're a bridge, number one, and of course, if you are an omega matrix, number one, you should definitely be tuning into this vibe. Okay. Now, there is a lot of content to cover, so we'll go ahead and get right off into it. But don't forget to like, comment, and share this video with another number one. And if you haven't done so already, definitely go check out the intro video to this series called Numerology, the Omega Matrix. Watching the intro first will make sense. Like it will, this video and the other videos after this will make a lot more sense, okay, if you watch the intro video, especially once we start talking about the Omega Matrix, okay? So make sure you do that. And that link is in the description box. Okay, now let's go ahead and get started. First things first, okay? Let's talk about the personality and the traits of a number one. Like I said, the number one is one of my most favorite vibrations. Why? Because the number one, that vibration is the vibration of a natural leader. Okay, and the number one is one of the most masculine energies. Right? So, like when a man tells me that he's a life path number one or expression number one or whatever, I'd be like, oh, goodness. Because I know right away that for one, he's very masculine, okay? That he will be able to take charge. He'll be able to find solutions. He'll be able to get things done from beginning to end. That's the number one. The number one has very raw, assertive energy, you guys. The number one is always the first to accept a challenge and is the first to initiate change. I love it. Now, this number one energy is very aggressive, okay, but it's very brave and it's very competitive as well. And it doesn't mind being in the spotlight. It prefers the spotlight. So things like public speaking, okay, the number one energy fits right in. The number one energy also takes whatever it does, it takes a lot of pride into whatever it does. Okay, very serious energy, very assertive energy. Again, the number one has the necessary vital energy that it needs to accomplish something from beginning to end. Okay, and even though the number one, like that energy is considered to be, more so extroverted, it's considered to be more of an extroverted energy. The number one does require its solitude at times, okay? So it's magnificent for being in the spotlight, for taking the lead and being independent and all these things, but they also need to recharge their batteries. So that's something to keep in mind. They may come off as being loners, okay, at times, okay? Now, just like the number eight, the number one loves being connected to material things like money, resources, valuables, business, stuff like that. Another important thing to know about the number one is that when they feel like they are unappreciated, right, it kind of kills their confidence, or they kind of get in their feelings, okay? They start feeling a certain kind of way because they're like, listen, I'm putting in a lot of energy, I'm putting in a lot of focus and effort towards whatever this project is, towards whatever this is that I'm doing. And if I'm not appreciated for it, it kind of like stops their growth in a way. So just keep that in mind if you're a number one or if you know a number one, okay? So yeah, now the number one is associated with things like new beginnings, okay, new sciences and discoveries. The number one is associated with, being that pioneering energy, of course, right? The number one is associated with like revolutionary ideas, okay? Staying focused, okay? They have this very powerful talent with staying focused, being able to direct their energy on something, okay? And they're associated with, life changing adventures, okay? Now, we have 9 planets in our solar system. There's also 9 numbers. Okay, there is no number higher than the number 9. Okay, of course, we have 2 master numbers, the 11 and the 22, but those two also equals down to a 2 or a 4. All right, so there's no number higher than the number 9. I think we all know that by now, right? So every planet in our solar system is associated with the number. So the number 1 is associated with the sun, right? The sun rules the sign of Leo. So Leo is associated with the number 1, okay? The number 1 is associated with the fire element, again, that take charge, independent, assertive, creative, impulsive kind of energy, okay? Now, the best day for, life path number 1s, expression number 1s, bridge number 1s, even omega matrix number 1s is Sunday. That is the best day for that number 1 vibration, okay? It's a Sunday, okay? All right, now, a couple years ago, we're going to get off into life paths next, okay? But a couple years ago, I created like a small poem for every life path, okay? But even if you are in expression number 1 or omega matrix number 1, bridge number 1, this poem still applies, okay? It doesn't necessarily just have to be for a life path 1, all right? So this is my Instagram that I have, Bodhi_divine, life path 1, all right? I wrote a poem for you, and it says, life path 1, you are incredible. You are fearless in all that you do. You take charge and act on your visions with persistence, manifesting as you go. You rely on no one but yourself as you push through adversity. You create new paths by using your drive, your passion, and determination. You are a priceless leader, and the world just couldn't thrive without you. Embrace your mission. All right. So that was you all's poem that I did for you. Okay. That's the energy that I pick up on when I feel or embrace the number 1. Okay. So let's get off into this life path 1 energy. I definitely wrote some notes. I didn't want to forget anything. Okay. So let's get off into this life path 1 energy. First things first, though. Okay. Let's talk about life path. We know that the life path, our life path number can never be changed, right? Because it's calculated by our date of birth. It can never be changed. All right. It's kind of, I like to look at it as it being given to us by destiny. Yet and still, we're not binded by this life path number. So that's something to keep in mind, okay? The life path reveals the most fulfilling path for us, okay? It reveals, major lessons that we need to learn in this lifetime. And although there are many, many life path number 1s, no person's journey is the same. Okay, there are a lot of different avenues and directions to take on this particular life path. And of course, looking at your other numbers in your numerology chart will determine what's the best possible path for you to take as an individual. Okay, so the life path is the first core number. It represents the core. Okay, so if we were to, for instance, take like a painting, right? If we were to take a painting, your life path number would be that first undertone color, right? Is that first undertone color, is it white? Is it gray? Is it black, right? And then your other core numbers or other numbers in your numerology chart will bring more color to your painting, right? With each stroke, with each different color, with each different number, it'll bring the painting to life. Okay, so that's a good way of how you look at it. Okay, so everybody will follow their path differently, even if you share a life path with several hundred thousands of life path ones. Okay, now let's go ahead and get off into the life path one. All right. I love life path ones, man. Oh, God. You guys' theme as a life path one is independence and leadership. That's your theme, independence and leadership. Now, the lesson of a life path one is to become truly independent and self sufficient. All right. I wrote here, before reaping the benefits of a number one, that person must first learn to rely on themselves, to take care of themselves, and to be happy while doing it. All right, so that's what a person has, that's what a life path one person must master in order to reap the number one benefits. Okay. You got to be self-sufficient, self-reliant. You got to take care of yourself, right? And be happy and confident and secure in that energy before you can even reap the powerful benefits of the number one. Okay? Major. That's the lesson. That's the big lesson here. Okay. Now, after mastering that energy, the person can then go on to become a great leader, a great entrepreneur. This person can go on to become great in business, great with finances. Okay. This person can have a magnificent military position, or, just be outstanding in spiritual matters. All right. Just a great leader in general. Right. Once you master that lesson. Okay. Last but not least, being mature. Okay. Life path one person, being mature, being a more mature person will benefit the life path one person in an emotional and material way, if that makes sense. Okay. So maturity should be the goal for a life path one. Okay, because you will benefit greatly if you work in that more mature energy versus immaturity, emotional immaturity, financial immaturity, whatever. Okay, all right. Now, life, numbers, they can express themselves, you guys, in a negative way or a positive way. Okay, and not to say, positive is good, negative is bad, or whatever the case may be, because we can't have one energy without the other. We can't have negative without positive and vice versa. We are all made up of negative and positive. We're all made up of feminine and masculine energy. Okay, so you can't have one without the other. All right, so every number manifests itself in either a positive kind of way or a negative kind of way. Okay, and so some positive expressions of a life path number one, okay, is being self-sufficient, being self-reliant, okay, being strong-willed, being down to earth, okay, good with handling material things, okay, having the potential for success in business, having the potential for success in finances, again, having a lot of enthusiasm and lots of vital creative energy. And again, being an outstanding boss, being an outstanding leader. Okay, so that's how the life path number one can express itself in a positive way. Now, how the life path number one can express itself in a negative way is egoism. Allowing the ego to take control. Okay, manipulating and or trying to control others. Okay, as well as self-centeredness. Okay, self-centeredness. All right, and ignoring the needs of others, especially the significant other. Okay, so life path ones, when you find that that number one energy is starting to manifest itself in that kind of way, then that is the number one's energy using you, not you using it to your benefit. Okay, so that's when we have to find balance. Okay, we have to find balance. Okay, all right. Now, the advice of a life path number one. The advice of a life path number one, it says ensure to keep balance between your own desires and the wishes of others. Okay. Next, use your creative vital energy towards something that is useful and beneficial to you. All right. Don't let it go to waste. Last but not least, life path number ones, don't be afraid to take calculated risks, because that's exactly what life path ones do. Y'all take calculated risks and y'all don't give a shit. Okay? And 9 times out of 10, because you take calculated risks, you win. You win. All right? So there we go for the life path number ones. Okay, next we'll go ahead and talk about the next important core number, which is the expression number or the destiny number. All right, now unlike the life path number, the expression number definitely can change throughout life. It can change. I mean, example, if you get married, your last name changes. Well, when your last name changes, darling, your whole frequency change, your whole expression change, your whole destiny change, right? For instance, I was born in expression number 5 with Shayla, my whole name, and then I changed it to Bodhi, and now my expression number is an 11. It matches my life path. Okay. So, yeah, everything about you would change when you get married. You know what I'm saying? Or if you just decide to change your name. So keep that in mind. So yeah, the expression or destiny number is calculated by your name, and it can change over time if you choose to, change your name or get married. Okay. And of course, the expression number or destiny number is how we express ourselves to the world. Okay, this number represents our talents, our skills, our natural abilities, etc. And look at the expression number as your tool. It's your tool with how you choose to navigate your life path. Okay, so look at it like that. All right. And the expression number, it also relates to our shortcomings or our weaknesses. All right, and again, it is a core number. There's 5 core numbers. We'll just talk about 2 here, okay, in this particular video. All right, so, bang, we is not going to do this. Okay, here we go. All right, so expression number 1, because we're talking about ones, okay? So expression number 1, all right? Now, if you have an Omega matrix number 1, this section is also for you. Okay, this section is also for you, because if you are in Omega Matrix number 1, you know from watching the intro video that we use our Omega Matrix number as a tool to work with the universe, to get in alignment with the universe in respects to creating, right? In respects to making leeway in our life, in respects to, making big decisions and so on, okay? So you're going to use your Omega Matrix number as a tool, okay? You're going to embody that number and express yourself as a number 1, okay? If you are in Omega Matrix number 1. So definitely this is your section right here. You're in here with the expression number 1 and the destiny number 1, okay? So expression number 1s and Omega Matrix number 1s. Okay, expression number 1s. You express yourself naturally, like you were born to get to the top. That's a natural way of how you express yourself. I was born to get to the top, right? Now, if you are an Omega Matrix number 1, a powerful affirmation that you should say to yourself in the mirror every morning is, I was born or I was created to get to the top. Okay, so you embodying that kind of energy, expressing yourself in that energy. I was born to get to the top, period. That's it. Okay. Expression number one, you express yourself naturally as being an independent thinker. Okay, you don't need the opinions or the ideas of other people. You're very independent. You do things, you dance to the beat of your own drum naturally, expression number ones, right? Now, if you are an Omega Matrix number one, that's you deciding I'm going to be an independent thinker. I'm going to rely on myself. I'm going to have a direct focus on my goals and my aspirations because, again, I was born to get to the top. All right. Expression number ones, you have the guts to pull forward. You naturally have the guts to pull forward, to bust through any adversity. It's like, period. Any challenges, I'm tackling them, I'm overcoming them. It's no questions asked. You naturally feel like this. You naturally have that kind of energy. Expression number ones, Omega Matrix number ones. Okay, you again embodying this energy no matter what, no matter challenges that I'm faced with, no matter the adversity that comes my way, I have the guts to pull forward, to push through. Okay, Omega Matrix number one. All right, you have great ambition, expression number ones. You naturally have great ambition. It's like you exude this ambition out miles and miles away from you. People can feel, they can smell your ambition. Expression number ones. Okay. Omega Matrix number ones, this is you embodying that energy. I am ambitious. I am persistent. I am determined in accomplishing whatever I'm beginning all the way to the end. All right. You're not afraid to follow the unbeaten path. Expression number one, naturally, you're not afraid. Okay. Omega Matrix number one, this is you getting off into that energy. I'm not afraid to take the lead. I'm not afraid to go left when everyone else goes right. That's when the universe will start to, conspire, all right, in your favor. Omega Matrix number one, all right. When you trail and go off on the path less traveled, the universe will be right there with you, like, yes, this is what I need you to do. Okay? All right. You have enough energy to become an achiever. Expression number one, naturally. You have vital, very powerful energy that lasts and lasts and lasts. It's like the Energizer Bunny. Okay. Expression number one. Now, it's Omega Matrix number one. Imagine you being the Energizer Bunny, right? Just keep going and going and going and going. So you have vital, creative, powerful energy to get things done, to be an achiever in whatever it is that you want. Really embodying that energy. Okay. Omega Matrix number one. Your purpose. Your natural purpose, expression number one, destiny number one, is to be a leader and to take charge. Omega Matrix number one, that's another powerful affirmation you can say to yourself in the mirror. Okay, my purpose is to lead and to take charge because, again, I was born to get to the top. All right. Again, Omega Matrix number one, you are embodying this energy. Okay. You are using the tools of the number one, of the expression number one, and you are applying them to your life. Okay. So that you can be in sync with the universe. All right. This is your manifestation number, the number one. And this is how you can do it. All right. Knowing that your purpose has something to do with you being in the lead or you taking charge. Okay. Now, expression number ones, you expect greatness from yourself and others. Okay. With any number one, whether your life path number one, expression number one, Omega Matrix number one, it would benefit you to surround yourself with winners, okay, with go-getters. People who are lazy will piss you off, all right, and they'll also demotivate you. Like they'll unmotivate you, whatever that word is. You'll be like, oh God, you know what I'm saying? It's like people who are lazy or just unmotivated, they're coming to feed off of your vital energy. You know what I'm saying? So it will be in your best interest, life path number ones, expression number ones, omega matrix number ones, to surround yourself with winners or go-getters or action-oriented people. You expect the greatness from yourself, and because of that, you expect greatness from everyone that's around you. And so make sure that you surround yourself with people like that. Okay, very important. Now, no work for hire will ever make you happy if you are an expression number one, even if you're a life path number one. Okay, you guys won't be happy with settling for just like a mediocre job. Keep that in mind. Okay, it's not happening unless your job allows, has potential for advancement, quick potential for advancement, where that position may lead you off into being a CFO or some supervisor or leader over a huge department or something like that. But just staying in one mediocre position, for long periods of time, you guys are going to be miserable. You were born, expression number ones, life path number ones, you were born to be leaders, to be the boss. You were born to be entrepreneurs. You know what I'm saying? Same thing for the omega matrix number one. Okay, the universe is telling you with an omega matrix number one, the universe is telling you, you having a mediocre job, it may satisfy you for some time, right? But you were born to do bigger things in life. You were born to do bigger things in life. Okay, so keep that in mind. Last but not least, again, you should become a leader in an area that you love, in an area that you enjoy. All right, expression number ones and omega matrix number ones, you're a leader. Okay, now negative expressions of that number one, okay, for the omega matrix number ones and the expressions number ones is, having too much pride. Having too much pride. All right, your pride should be more so directed towards yourself. It should be done with your mirror magic, your affirmations. Your self pride should be directed in the actions that you take, not more so being condescending to others, or you shouldn't be prideful in how you speak or interact with others. You know what I'm saying? Like, your self-confidence should come from you looking in the mirror and declaring these things and then putting action behind it. Okay, not being condescending to others. Okay, that it can negatively express itself by being a perfectionist. All right, being a perfectionist. And again, refusing to take care of others, loved ones, significant others. Okay, so keep that in mind. All right. Now, last but not least, the advice for the expression number one, destiny number one, and the omega matrix, number one. The advice for you guys is, take great care of your loved ones and your support system, because ambition is not all that life has to offer. Okay, so that's the advice for you guys as you're chasing your dreams, climbing the ladder, becoming this wonderful leader, starting this amazing business. Make sure you take care of the people who love you. Okay, all right. Now, you guys, I was not going to include this one in this particular, series, but I am, okay, because I'm like, well, we need the bridge number, right? I gave you the life path number one, the expression number one, and I have to give you guys the bridge number one as well, okay? Now, the bridge number shows us how well the life path and our expression number works together, or what we need to do to harmonize them. Okay, because some people will have a life path number and an expression number that conflicts with each other. You know what I'm saying? It's like, I have this life path, but the tools that I got don't work with this life path. You find that a lot. And that's why people feel like they're going upstream in life, or, they just can't win for losing type of thing. Okay, because their skills and their talents don't naturally fit into their path, if that makes sense. And then you have some very lucky people who have a bridge number 0, which is not really a number, but it just shows the value of the gap, which 0, that means that there is no gap. That means that the life path and the expression number enhances each other. They work together. The skills and the talents that this person has go hand in hand. It's very compatible with its life path. You understand? Very seldomly do you get that, but it does happen. Okay, so the bridge number is very important because it shows us how to make sure our life path doesn't conflict with the expression and vice versa. All right, and how we calculate the bridge number is we subtract the life path from the expression number or vice versa. Okay, we calculate or we subtract the life path from the expression number or vice versa. And we go all the way down to a single digit. Even when we get to a master number 11 or master number 22, we still calculate it down to either a 2 or a 4. Okay, so this is a single digit. All right, and that is the bridge number. That bridges the life path with the expression so that everything flows in harmony. Okay, and it shows us how we can use our talents, our gifts, and things to go on this path in the most harmonizing way, I guess. Okay, very important number 2. All right, so I'll only speak on, since we're talking about ones, I'm going to speak on the bridge number 1. Okay, I just spoke on the bridge number 0 because, you know, 0 is not a number technically, but in the numerology, when we're calculating the difference between the expression and the life path, sometimes you will get a 0. And that simply, again, it means that the life path and the expression number go hand in hand. They enhance each other. Lucky, lucky, lucky people. Hardly ever does that happen. All right. Now, if you are a bridge number 1, again, life path subtract expression number equals a 1. Okay. This means that you being self-reliant and listening only to yourself, okay, will, you know, that's how you can use your gifts, your tools, and your talents with whatever life path you have. Okay, you being self-reliant and listening to yourself and not others. Okay, and by demonstrating your leadership skills, your leadership qualities, you can make the best of your core numbers. All right, so that's usually what people who have like a life path 6, who's more caring and nurturing, or, you know, whatever the case may be, you know, life path 7s, you know, whatever. So yeah, you know, so it doesn't really matter, you know, what life path you are. If, you know, your life path subtracts your expression number equals a 1. Okay, that means that, you know, you being self-reliant, you listening to yourself, you know, demonstrating leadership skills. That's how you can harmonize your life path and your expression. Okay, that's how you can bring the two together, bridge the two together. Okay, yeah. So I hope that made sense. Of course, we're going to get off into, you know, the number 2 frequency, right? We'll be talking about life path 2s, expression number 2s, what is it? Omega matrix number 2s, bridge number 2s. Okay, we'll be talking about those for sure in the next video here, rather this week or next week. Just don't forget to subscribe, y'all. Click the bell. Make sure you come back and vibe with me on that. We're going to work our way up to 9 and then 11 and 22. All right, so I hope you guys have enjoyed this video. That's all I have. I did not want to make this video too long. Okay, if you guys want to know any other numbers in the core, you know, or in the numerology chart, you know, like the maturity number, that's one of my favorite numbers. I was going to put that in this series as well, but then it would have just been too long. Okay, it would have been way too long, but I can do a different series on that. You guys just let me know, but that's one of my favorite numbers. Okay, it just represents our vibration after we reach a certain age, like after 30, 35, you know, our vibration change into more of a maturity vibration. So if you guys would like for me to talk about that, I can create a whole new series or just a whole video with all of the maturity numbers on there. That's fine. I'll do that after this. Okay, but I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, don't forget to like the video, comment below, share this video with another number 1. Okay, don't forget to check out the intro video, numerology and the Omega Matrix, if you haven't done so already. And until next time, I love you guys. Bye.